You are listening to the English test of the Pre-ACT version 67C for 10th grade. The English test has 75 questions. Directions. In the 5 passages that follow, certain words and phrases are underlined and numbered. In the right-hand column, you will find alternatives for the underlined part. In most cases, you are to choose the one that best expresses the idea, makes the statement appropriate for standard written English, or is worded most consistently with the style and tone of the passage as a whole. If you think the original version is best, choose No Change. In some cases, you will find in the right-hand column a question about the underlined part. You are to choose the best answer to the question. You will also find questions about a section of the passage or about the passage as a whole. These questions do not refer to an underlined portion of the passage, but rather are identified by a number or numbers in a box. For each question, choose the alternative you consider best and fill in the corresponding oval on your answer document. Read each passage through once before you begin to answer the questions that accompany it. For many of the questions, you must read several sentences beyond the question to determine the answer. Be sure that you have read far enough ahead each time you choose an alternative. Passage 1, Dragonfly. The nature trail is 6 feet wide and 7 miles long. It slithers through the forest like a snake curving and bending along the banks of the river. The county cleared this path and paved it with packed gravel so they would have a peaceful place to hike and bike. I ride this trail nearly every day, not on a bike, but on Luigi. That's the nickname I gave my motorized wheelchair. Today, Luigi's battery is fully charged. I know I can go all the way to the end of the trail and back, but I always carry a cell phone on me just in case. Luigi's motor moves slowly as we venture along the trail. I can hear the gravel quietly crunching beneath Luigi's rubber wheels. I hear the songs of cardinals in the trees and the clamor of crickets in the grasses. I hear the murmur of water slipping over time-smoothed rocks. It is September, and some of the trees are starting to blush red and orange at their tips. The wind ruffles my hair and chills my face as I bounce gently along in my padded chair. Bicyclists streak past in a blur of color and a cloud of dust. I don't understand their hurry. Luigi can go fast, but I like to ride slowly, to see like a hovering dragonfly. I want to see everything that has changed, grown, bloomed, or died since yesterday. Today I noticed that a spider has woven a web between some honeysuckle bushes by the bridge. I see that the bank of vibrant yellow black-eyed Susans by the barbed wire fence is starting to dry and fade away. I spend an hour looking and listening and learning. And now my ride is finished for today. I leave the trail and come out into the open manicured park at the trail's end. There, my older brother helps me out of my chair and into his waiting van. He puts Luigi in the back, and I return to the world of pavement, streetlights, and traffic. But in my mind, I am still gliding through the forest. I am like the water flowing over ancient stones. Inside, I am still a dragonfly. Question number 1. A. No change. B. Snake, comma, curving and bending. C. Snake, curving and bending, comma. D. Snake, comma, curving, comma, and bending, comma. Question number 2. Which of the following alternatives to the underlined portion would not be acceptable? F. Path, comma, paving. G. Path and then paved. H. Path before paving. J. Path paved. Question number 3. A. No change. B. Knowing they. C. That they. D. People. Question number 4. F. No change. G. Day, semicolon, not on a bike. H. Day, not on a bike. J. Day, comma, not on a bike, semicolon. Question number 5. If the writer were to delete the preceding sentence, comma, the essay would primarily lose A. A reason why the narrator is in the forest. B. A detail important for understanding the essay. C. A contrast to the lighthearted tone of the essay. D. Nothing at all. This information is irrelevant to the essay. Question number 6. F. No change. G. Charged, comma, because of that, comma. H. Charged, comma, this means that. J. Charged, comma, so. Question number 7. Which choice would most logically and effectively emphasize the positive, friendly attitude the narrator has towards Luigi? A. No change. B. Travels safely. C. Proceeds carefully. D. Purrs softly. Question number 8. F. No change. G. You can hear. H. One can even hear. J. While hearing. Question number 9. A. No change. B. Due to the fact that it is. C. It turns into the month of. D. Because it has turned into. Question number 10. F. No change. G. Gentle, along. H. Gently along. J. Gentle along, Question number 11. Which choice most effectively leads into the new subject of this paragraph? A. No change. B. The sun begins to set. C. Nature always impresses me. D. Days can go by quickly. Question number 12. F. No change. G. Dust, however, H. Dust, period. J. Dust, Question number 13. A. No change. B. Hour, looking, C. Hour looking, semicolon. D. Hour looking. Question number 14. F. No change. G. Trail, S. H. Trails, J. Trails, S. Question 15 asks about the preceding passage as a whole. Question number 15. Suppose the writer's goal had been to write an essay illustrating the pleasure that people can take in nature. Would this essay accomplish that goal? A. Yes, because it focuses on a variety of wildflowers that the narrator enjoys. B. Yes, because it focuses on the narrator's joy at having access to nature. C. No, because it describes the world of the city as being more important to the narrator. D. No, because it focuses primarily on the functioning of the narrator's motorized wheelchair. Passage number 2, Beneath the Streets of New York. At 2 p.m. on October 27, 1904, thousands of New York City residents poured into the streets of Manhattan. Their cheers competed with the blare of the ferryboat horns and the whistle of the power plants. The city was celebrating an incredible engineering feat, the completion of the first section of the newest New York City subway. The original subway line was 9.1 miles long and had 28 stations. The first train took 26 minutes to complete the route, which ran from City Hall to West 145th Street in under a half an hour. Tens of thousands of New Yorkers could now avoid traffic jams by traveling underneath the streets. As nearly as 1865, there had been proposals for a New York subway, but that took decades to resolve the many political, financial, and technical challenges. The engineer, William Barclay Parsons, accepted responsibility for overseeing this project. Parsons decided that most of the subway tunnel would be constructed using an innovation engineering method known as cut and cover. First, workers used picks and shovels to remove roads and dig a deep trench. After installing wooden braces to hold back the earth, workers built a concrete floor. Tunnel walls were created with layers of brick, ceramic blocks, tar-soaked felt for waterproofing, and concrete. The roof was made from arch-shaped wooden molds, also covered with concrete. Next, track beds were filled with crushed stone, and rail was secured to wooden ties. Finally, the roof was covered with tar-soaked felt, and the roads were rebuilt. Brightly lit stations welcomed the public. Many of them were skeptical of traveling underground. It didn't take long for New Yorkers to adapt, however. The day after the subway opened, one newspaper reported that the riders emerging from underground, having finished what will be to them the daily routine of the rest of their lives. Question number 16. F. No change. G. 2 p.m. on October 27th, 1904, thousands. H. 2 p.m., on October 27th, 1904, semicolon, thousands, J. 2 p.m. on October 27th, 1904, thousands, Question number 17. A. No change. B. Feet, over. C. Feet, D. Feet. Question number 17. The The writer is concerned about the level of detail in the preceding sentence and is considering deleting the phrase, the first section of, from it. If the writer were to make this deletion, the paragraph would primarily lose information that F. reveals how expansive the New York City subway would become. G. clarifies that only part of the subway system had been completed by October 27, 1904. H. makes clear that by October 27, 1904, construction of the second section of the subway was already underway. J. provides evidence that New York City residents at this celebration believed the entire subway system was complete. Question number 19. A. No change. B. In the completion of its route, period. C. In 26 minutes, period. D. Delete the underlined portion at the end of the sentence and end the sentence with a period. Question number 20. Which choice would most effectively conclude the sentence by indicating clearly how the subway system could address the problem described in the first part of the sentence? F. No change. G. Traveling more effectively, period. H. Trying something new, period. J. Using a system, period. Question number 21. A. No change. B. It. C. Those. D. Delete the underlined portion. Question number 22. F. No change. G. Engineer William Barclay Parsons. H. Engineer William Barclay Parsons, comma. J. Engineer William Barclay Parsons. 23. A. No change. B. Innovate engineer. C. Innovative engineering. D. Innovate engineering. Question number 24. F. No change. G. Into the ground deeply under where the roads had previously been removed by them. H. A trench far down below since it was necessary to shovel deep into the earth in this method known as cut and cover. J. Delete the underlined portion and end the sentence with a period. 25. A. No change. B. Created, comma, with. C. Created with. D. Created with, colon. Question number 26. F. No change. G. Of whom. H. Of who. J. Delete the underlined portion. Question number 27. A. No change. B. Therefore. C. For instance. D. That is. Question number 28. The writer wishes to add a sentence that describes the magnitude and expansiveness of the New York City subway system today. Given that all of the following statements are true, which one, if added here, would most clearly and effectively accomplish the writer's goal? F. Even today, for many New Yorkers, that newspaper account is right. G. Today, riding a portion of the New York City subway's 656 miles of mainline track is a daily routine for more than 4 million people. H. Today, the New York City Transit Authority continuously maintains 2 separate fleets of subway cars. J. Now, a typical New York City subway waiting platform ranges from 400 to 700 feet. Question number 29 asks about the preceding passage as a whole. Question number 29. Upon reviewing the essay and finding that some information has been left out, the writer composes the following sentence incorporating that information. This technique, also known as open excavation, became the standard for subway tunneling for nearly 60 years. If the writer were to add this sentence to the essay, the sentence would most logically be placed at point A, B, C, D, D. Passage number 3, Diego Rivera, the People's Painter. In the 1920s, Mexican artist Diego Rivera, 1886-1957, practiced the art of painting frescoes, large murals done on fresh plaster. Rivera's frescoes appeared on the outside walls of buildings in Mexico City in plain sight of any passerby. This brought art out of the elite galleries by catering to the upper class and literally to the public. Rivera attracted for his belief controversy that the working class should wield more political power. His dominant artistic subject in his art was as expansive than his frescoes, the role played by laborers in the past, present, and future of humanity. One of his frescoes depicts a progression through time and can be read as timelines from left to right. For example, On the left side of a fresco, there might be field workers hunched over in fatigue and surrounded by the tools of their trade. On the right side, after they have moved through history, the same workers stand tall, radiating strength and confidence. Such empowerment of the worker were to be the bright future Rivera envisioned for all workers in the world. Rivera received various prestigious commissions while he was in the United States. In the 1930s, he was commissioned by the Ford Motor Company to paint a 27-panel fresco in the Detroit Institute of Arts. The fresco, Detroit Industry, portrays some of the varied groups that have shaped American culture and constituted its workforce. A central panel on the north wall shows the manufacture of a 1932 Ford V8 engine, when the central panel on the south wall shows the production of this same car's exterior. Smaller panels depicting workers in a variety of other Detroit industries. The fresco is a dynamic work because, by capturing the energy, humanity, and collective achievement of the Detroit workers, celebrates all working men and women. However, Rivera considered it the greatest achievement of his career. Question number 30. The writer wants to suggest that the art of the fresco had been in decline previous to Rivera. Which choice best accomplishes that goal? F. No change. G. Engaged in. H. Influenced. J. Revived. Question number 31. A. No change. B. That catered. C. While catering. And D. And catered. Question number 32. F. No change. G. Rivera should wield more political power for his belief that controversy attracted the working class. H. Rivera, for his controversy, attracted belief that the working class should wield more political power. J. Rivera attracted controversy for his belief that the working class should wield more political power. Question number 33. A. No change. B. That he was interested in. C. That he focused on. D. Delete the underlined portion. Question number 34. F. No change. G. Then. H. As. J. If. Question number 35. A. No change. B. Many. C. Each. D. Anyone. Question number 36. F. No change. G. History, semicolon, the. H. History, comma, the. J. History, dash, the. Question number 37. A. No change. B. If it were. C. Was. J. If it was. Question number 38. F. No change. G. Various, comma, prestigious, comma. H. Various, comma, and prestigious. J. Various and prestigious, comma. Question number 39. If the underlined phrase were deleted, the sentence would primarily lose a detail that A. Repeats information found elsewhere in the sentence. B. Is necessary for the sentence to be grammatically complete. C. Provides new and relevant information to the sentence. D. Is ambiguous and unnecessary to the sentence. Question number 40. F. No change. G. Since. H. Thus. J. And. Question number 41. A. No change. B. Depict. C. Depicting some. D. Had depicted. Question number 42. The writer is thinking of adding the following phrase to the end of the preceding sentence, changing the period after industries to a comma, such as medicine, pharmaceuticals, and chemicals. Should the writer make this addition there? F. Yes, because it offers relevant examples that help to specify a broad term. G. Yes, because it helps explain how the panels were physically constructed. H. No, because it provides a sampling of industries rather than a full listing. J. No, because it digresses from the main point of the sentence. Question number 43. A. No change. B. That, comma. C. While, comma. D. That was, comma. Question number 44. F. No change. G. Despite this, comma. H. Regardless, comma. J. Delete the underlined portion. Passage number 4. After all these years. I met Joan, the person who would be my best friend for the next 20 years, the first morning I played outside my family's new California home. I was 5 years old. We became inseparable childhood friends, and we remained close even though we attended different high schools and colleges. Joan enjoyed jogging and painting cityscapes. I loved hiking, trips, and writing. We shared an appreciation of the outdoors and a passion for our creative work. More importantly, though, we enjoyed being together. Through our history of shared experiences, we formed a rare understanding of each other. Last February, I had traveled to Fairbanks, Alaska for my work. Though we had rarely spoken to each other in 15 years, when I called Joan to suggest a meeting, her voice sounded wonderfully familiar. Through my parents, whom were still in touch with Joan's father, I learned that Joan was currently living in Fairbanks. I parked my rental car in downtown Fairbanks, and to keep the battery from freezing, I plugged the machine into an electric outlet in the parking lot so the battery would stay warm. It was 20 below zero that afternoon, and the sky shone with a pale gray light. I called Joan from a payphone. She soon met me on the street corner that was close to her art studio. As we walked upstairs to her studio, we slipped into our familiar habits, talking about the people in our lives and our work. We talked just as easily as we had in the past, when we would sit in the field behind Joan's house atop the rabbit hutch and discuss our friends and our hopes for the future. When I saw Joan's new paintings, I immediately remembered her distinct way of emphasizing shadows and light. I remembered everything about her, how she would get so absorbed in her work that she'd forget to eat, how she disliked talking in the morning, how she was firm in her decisions. 3 years of separation had not affected the heart of our connection, our friendship. Question number 45. A, no change. B, close, comma, yet even. C, close, semicolon, even. D, close, period, even. Question number 46. Which of the following alternatives to the underlined portion would not be acceptable? F, cityscapes, comma, while I. G, cityscapes, semicolon, I. H, cityscapes, period, I, comma, on the other hand, comma. J, cityscapes, I. Question number 47. A, no change. B, important though. C, importantly, comma, though, comma. D, important, comma, though. Question number 48. Which choice would best express the narrator's positive reaction to speaking with Joan and the narrator's fondness for her friend? F, no change. G, she said she would arrange her schedule so that we could meet. H, she told me that she immediately recognized my voice. J, her quick words and the sound of her laugh surprised me. Question number 49. A, no change. B, who. C, whose. D, which. Question number 50. F, no change. G, we. H, they. J, he. Question number 51. Which of the following sequences of sentences makes paragraph 3 most logical? A, no change. B, 132. C, 213. D, 321. Question number 52. F, no change. G, located in the downtown area of the city. H, so the battery would continue to work properly despite the cold weather. J, delete the underlined portion and end the sentence with a period. Question number 53. Which of the following alternatives to the underlined portion would not be acceptable? A, was glowing. B, glowed. C, shined. D, shoned. Question number 54. If the writer was to delete the preceding sentence, the essay would primarily lose F, an indication of the narrator's response to the weather conditions in Fairbanks. G, a detailed analysis of why the narrator had to plug the car into an electrical outlet. H, descriptive details that help set the scene of the narrator's meeting with Joan. J, unnecessary details that repeat information given earlier in the paragraph. Question number 55. A, no change. B, fell upon. C, dropped by. D, returned with. Question number 56. F, no change. G, in the field atop the rabbit hutch behind Joan's house. H, atop the rabbit hutch in the field behind Joan's house. J, behind Joan's house in the field atop the rabbit hutch. Question number 57. Which of the following alternatives to the underlined portion would not be acceptable? A, engrossed in. B, acquired by. C, immersed in. D, engaged in. Question number 58. Which of the following alternatives to the underlined portion would not be acceptable? F, with. G, regarding. H, along. J, about. Question number 59. Given that all the choices are true, which one would best conclude this essay by effectively summarizing its main idea? A, no change. B, sadly I realized that although we might be able to meet once a year, Joan and I would probably never again live in the same city. C, even though we had followed different interests, I was glad to know that both Joan and I had been able to devote time to our creative work. D, As a result of the time we spent together when we were very young, I'll always remember Joan. Question 60 asks about the preceding passage as a whole. Question 60. Upon reviewing the essay and finding that some information has been left out, the writer composes the following sentence incorporating that information. Yet, despite such strong ties, we moved far apart as adults and lost touch. This sentence would most logically be placed F. After sentence 2 in paragraph 1, G. At the end of paragraph 2, H. At the end of paragraph 4, J. After the first sentence in paragraph 6. Passage number 4. 3 stars, many stories. Many thousands of years ago, people around the world began attaching different stories to the stars in the night sky. The sun sets gradually. The images of a winged horse, a drinking gourd, and a heartbroken hero appear in the lights overhead. In some cases, a pattern of stars may represent a simple object that has meaning in day-to-day life. In other cases, the pattern, or constellation, may be a figure with a different kind of meaning. 3 bright stars I've read about have acquired significance for many viewers around the globe. In some agricultural parts of Japan, for instance, these 3 stars are commonly referred to as karasuki and represent a 3-pronged plow. It's awesome that in other parts of Japan, the same 3 stars appear in a constellation representing the floor-length sleeves of a woman's kimono. In still other parts of Japan, this shining trio appears in the center of an hourglass-shaped drum, a tsuzumi. On the other side of the world, the same 3 stars has traditionally represented 3 zebras to the Namaqua people of South Africa. In the mythology of the Tswana people of South Africa, these same 3 stars represent 3 pigs. Orion is the name many Westerners use for a constellation that contains these 3 stars. In Greek mythology, Orion is a mighty hunter. In the night sky, he carries a bow and an arrow and is accompanied by his loyal dogs, Canis Major and Canis Minor. The 3 stars form the brilliant belt around the hunter's waist. In the sky with Orion are the animals he used to hunt on Earth, from a small rabbit to a huge bull. A scorpion that, according to myth, killed Orion inhabits the sky as well, but at such a distance because it can never sting the hunter again. Even in an age of big-screen televisions, there is still no show on Earth as big as the night sky. Stars up there play different roles around the world. Their dazzling careers span thousands of years. Question number 61. A. No change. B. Stories, which they connected to. C. Stories, to which they related to. D. Stories because of. Question number 62. F. No change. G. Sets, gradually. H. Sets, end gradually. J. Sets gradually, setting gradually. 63. A. No change. B. Pattern, or constellation. C. Pattern or constellation, D. Pattern or constellation, Question number 64. Given that all of the choices are true, which one ends this paragraph with the clearest allusion to Orion, as the constellation is described later in the essay? F. No change. G. That is interesting but hard to see without a telescope. H. Who plays a dramatic role in a myth that has been told and retold for centuries. J. That is also represented in the night sky once the sun has set and the stars emerge. Question number 65. Given that all the choices are true, which one offers visual information about the stars as they appear in modern times? A. No change. B. Have different names in different cultures. C. Formed long before any of us were born. D. Together roughly form a straight line. Question number 66. Which of the following alternatives to the underlined portion would not be acceptable? F. Observers. G. Overseers. H. Night sky watchers. J. Stargazers. Question number 67. Given that all the choices are true, which one provides a detail that has the most direct connection to the information that follows the sentence? A. No change. B. Distant. C. Populated. D. Historic. Question number 68. F. No change. G. You'll be amazed to learn that in. H. Consider, if you will, the notion that in. J. In. Question number 69. A. No change. B. In Japan's imagination, this. C. In Japan, this. D. This. Question number 70. F. No change. G. Have. H. Could of. J. Has been. Question number 71. A. No change. B. Mythology of the Tswana people of South Africa. C. Mythology, of the Tswana people, of South Africa. D. Mythology of the Tswana people of South Africa, Question number 72. F. No change. G. So when. H. This means. J. That. Question number 73. A. No change. B. There. THEY''re. C. There. THERE. D. But there. THERE. Question number 74. F. No change. G. World, and there. H. World, with. J. World, Question number 75. The writer wants to divide the preceding paragraph into two to create a concluding paragraph that is free of direct references to a specific culture's view of 3 stars. The best place to begin the new paragraph would be at the beginning of sentence A. 4, B. 5, C. 6, D. 7. This is the end of the English test, Test 1. Stop. Do not turn the page until you are told to do so.